Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, a new plant species have been discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. It's a matter of pride for everyone that there is so much biodiversity in Northeast region, and it is home to some of the rarest plant and animal species. Today we will talk about Mizo women's attire and the legacy of weaving. We also have an interview with a renowned musician and folk singer from Manipur, Guru Ryuben Masangwa. Color-rich paintings following geometric patterns, often depicting the life of Buddha, are a common sight and key attraction in Sikkim's architecture, especially monasteries.
Buddhist art in the form of thangka painting are pictorial religious scroll believed to be used as teaching aid for Buddha's life and teaching at the time of origin. The painted scroll convey spiritually significant event or Buddhist concept. They are largely hand-painted with mineral color and gold dust, while traditional thangkas are also embroidered. Originating in Nepal, thangka today welcome visitors at homes, public buildings and monasteries, and are also a popular gift item. Gangtok-based thangka artist and teacher Tenzing Norbu speak about the significance of the art form.
मेरा नाम तेंजिंग नोरबू, मैं थंका पेंटर सिक्किम का हूँ। थंका क्या है कि सिक्किम में इसका बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट ले रहा है। सिक्किम में नहीं, वर्ल्ड में ही इसका इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि थंका जो है हम लोग ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट्स बोल करके इसको सभी लोग इम्पोर्टेंट लेता है। कारण क्योंकि ये बहुत कीमती चीज भी होता है। हम लोग ओरिजिनल कलर यूज करते हैं, ओरिजिनल गोल्ड भी यूज करते हैं। इसी थंका में बहुत मीनिंगफुल बहुत है। इसमें मीनिंगफुल क्या होता है कि भगवान हम लोग इसी में से पहचान होता है, क्योंकि थंका भगवान कैसे कलर का होता है, बुद्ध भगवान कैसे कलर का होता है, कैसे बैठा हुआ है, कैसे है, सब हम लोग पुस्तक में से पढ़ के हम लोग उसको बनाना चाहिए। इसलिए हम लोग जो बनाता है वो बनाते वक्त में एकदम ध्यान करके उसको अपना मर्जी से नहीं होता है। जितना जो पुस्तक में जो लिखे हैं उसी में से हम लोग पढ़ना पड़ता है। उसके बाद में हम लोग पेंटिंग करना पड़ेगा। वो कीमती चीज है। इसमें सब कुछ हम लोग सीख सकता है, देख सकता है और पहचान भी हो सकता है। इंट्रोड्यूस होता है, क्यों इंट्रोड्यूस कैसे होता है कि भगवान कैसे होता है, क्या होता है, कैसे कलर का होता है, क्या होता है, सब हम लोग थंका में लेके उसको थंका में ले करके हम लोग लोगों को जान पहचान कराते हैं। और ये थंका तो सिर्फ कपड़ा के ऊपर ही नहीं, हम लोग मंदिर में जहाँ हम लोग का मंदिर है, यहाँ पर मंदिर में भी हम वॉल में भी हम पेंटिंग करता है। वॉल पेंटिंग भी होता है। थंका में कपड़ा भी बनाता है। ऐसा है कि थंका क्या होता है कि थंका इधर उधर ले जाने में भी आसान है, गिफ्ट आइटम में भी अच्छा लगेगा, और हम लोग इसको अपना मंदिर के अंदर भी रख करके इसको पेयर कर सकते।
Strictly based on scripture, thangka visually represent spiritual reality. The central figure is mostly a Buddha or a deity or Bodhisattva of Mahayana Buddhism. To preserve and promote the old art form, the Sikkim government has been operating thangka training school for enthusiasts as well as for craftsmen who produce the art in the state's handicraft. With Saikat Sarkar, this is Diliram Dulal for Northeast Diary from AIR News Sikkim.
Aquaponics is a sustainable method of raising fish and vegetables at the same time. With this kind of farming, farmers can grow substantially more food with less water, land and labor in comparison to that of traditional farming. It is basically a system that combines conventional aquaculture of raising fish in tanks and hydroponics, that is soil-less plant culture. Aquaponics is considered a resilient farming system that provides wellness and better nutrition. In Meghalaya, the MG Narega-led aquaponic farming system has been implemented on a pilot basis at Sintung village since September last year and is beginning to yield good results. To learn more about this, we go over to a Shillong correspondent, Rustam.
What began as a pilot farming initiative under the MG NREGA in Sintung village of East Khasi Hills district in Meghalaya, the project is benefiting farmers in many ways. Aquaponics is used to sustainably raise fish and vegetables in a controlled environment, thereby generating year-round profit in any climatic conditions in a commercial farming venture. This type of farming can be practiced anywhere without the use of pesticides, herbicides and chemical fertilizers, and is totally safe and easy. Ripel Dakhar from Sintung village, who is taking up this farming method, lauded the efforts of the Community and Rural Development Department for bringing this pilot project to his village.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Department of CNRD for implementing this pilot project of aquaponic farming in our village. This aquaponic farming will help us in 3 different ways, like rearing of fish, cultivating of vegetable, and cultivation of paddy, so that if one crop fails, the other 2 will help us sustain our livelihood. Previously, we used to face lots of problems during rainy season or during winter season when frost and rain destroy our crop. But after implementing of this aquaponic farming project, we are hopeful that this technology will help us a lot in the years to come.
The department implemented aquaponic farming in this village to assess how it would help the farmers and accordingly will implement the same in different parts of the state if the results are satisfactory. It may be noted that aquaponics is an efficient way of farming, especially for a country like India, where farmers and farm-related problems make news every day. As climate change continues to pose a threat to farmers, adoption of aquaponics can be a sustainable way forward. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
In Tripura, what seems to be a significant development in the field of healthcare, United Nations Development Programme is funding a full-fledged oxygen generation plant at IGM Hospital in Agartala, which is also the second busiest hospital in the state. The oxygen generation plant will have the capacity of generating 220 to 250 cylinders in 24 hours. The initiative assumes significance as during the COVID-19 period, dearth in oxygen supply wreaked havoc over the healthcare delivery system. With this initiative, the state will be enabled to meet up its own oxygen demand on its own. A report from Agartala correspondent Reena.
Mr. Sadek Iku, who is consultant at the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, an expert in the medical oxygen generation system, recently paid a visit to the IGM hospital in Agartala and held a preliminary inspection of site with the hospital authorities to set up the plant. Speaking about the UNDP's initiative, Mr. Sadek told the media that the UNDP has seen how some of the hospitals have faced an acute shortage of oxygen during the pandemic. He said, though the oxygen is available, sometimes it does take more than 3 days to reach the hospital, which creates a havoc to the healthcare delivery system. He said, so now the state government, with the help of UNDP, hospitals will become self-sufficient and not more dependent on others in times of emergency. Mr. Sadek said,
UNDP is funding 1050 LPM size plant, which is roughly around 220-215 cylinders in 24 hours. We'll be producing this is the largest plant which UNDP is supporting in Northeast. So this is more than sufficient. This will take care of the requirement of oxygen in the state of Tripura, and this plant will be, as I said, will be funded by UNDP. But as far as the hospitals, the state government might have to take care of the construction of the plant, the laying of the pipelines and everything. But once it is done, it will immensely help the people of the state of Tripura, especially people living around Agartala.
MLA Dr. Dilip Kumar Das, who is chairman of Rogi Kalyan Samiti, IGM Hospital, speaking exclusively on AIR News on the progress of the project, said the selection of the site for the installation of oxygen generation plant is already being done and ready to submit a proposal for a complete project plan to NHM. He said, once the process is done, no time will take in installing the plant, and after that, none of patients will die due to shortage of oxygen pipelines in the state. For Northeast Diary, this is Reena Nongmaithem from Agartala.
Nagaland state got its first air cargo services from Dimapur Airport. The lone airport in the state through its cargo services will now cater to transporting organic vegetables and fruits grown in Nagaland to other parts of the country. Our Kohima correspondent gives us the details.
The much-awaited air cargo services at Dimapur Airport was flagged off by Nagaland Chief Minister Nipu Rio on 2nd of March. It is a joint initiative of Department of Horticulture Nagaland and Airport Authority of India with Air India and Indigo as airline partners. Chief Minister Nipurio said the introduction of air cargo services is a long-felt need for the state, as many of the produce from the state go wasted due to the unavailability of such services.
Introducing for the first time the air cargo services in Dimapur Airport. It's a long-felt desire. Because of not having air cargo, many of our products go waste. You are aware that Nagaland is blessed with vast land resources and varied agro-climatic conditions. We're very rich in biodiversity and we have wide range of potential productions like organic products of fruits, vegetables, spices and plantation crops and varieties of exotic flowers.
On the first day, the air cargo services carried more than 100 cartons of organic fruits and vegetables grown in Nagaland to Delhi. It included perishable and non-perishable fruits and vegetables, including some finished products. The introductions of these air cargo services will not only boost the farming community of Nagaland in ensuring timely and efficient transport of their produce, but also enable people from other parts of the state to taste and experience the locally available grown produces of Nagaland. For Northeast Diary, this is Asunyo from AIR News, Kohima.
A team of researchers from 3 institutes across India have discovered a new alpine plant species from Tawang district of Arunachal Pradesh. The discovery was published in the international peer-reviewed journal Biodiversitas, Journal of Biological Diversity, on February 28th last month. We have a report from our Itanagar correspondent Rakesh Dole.
Tawang districts hold one of the most unique assemblies of angiosperms within the state of Arunachal Pradesh, which attracts botanists from throughout the globe. 3 researchers have recently discovered a new alpine plant species belonging to the genus Crementhodium and is commonly known as Himalayan sunflower of the family Asteracea. The researchers are Dr. Lobsang Tashi Tungon, Dipankar Bora and Dr. Rajiv Kumar Singh. Dr. Lobsang Tashi Tungon, who is a conservationist, tells us that the new species is so far endemic to Pengatengso Lake of Tawang district and falls under critically endangered species category.
It was started from 2017 from Tawang, and up to 2019 we were very confusing whether it is a new species or not. But with the help of Dr. Magnus, who is from China, he helped us to find out, and later on we just declared that it was a very new to science. So this species is very new and it's also very rare. So when we had our trip to Tawang, famous lake is there, Pangpingso Lake. That is, in short, we known as Pichiso Lake. So when we saw that plants near that lake, so it was very few in number. It's very countable. So, and we also searched in many lakes, but we couldn't find any of the number. So later on, we also, after many lots of discussions and lots of queries and all, so we categorize it in critically endangered species, which is very, it can be extinct in any time.
The new species has been named after the country of its origin, India, as Crementhodium indicum. Flowering from July to August, it is so far endemic to Pengatengso Lake. Dr. Lobsang informed that only 270 mature individuals of the plant species are left within a single location. It may be mentioned that more than 20 flowering plants have been newly discovered from only Tawang district in the recent decade, and Arunachal Pradesh, being one of the biodiversity hotspots of the world, definitely holds more potential for numerous other such discoveries. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, AIR News, Itanagar.
In this episode of Northeast Diary, we will present an interview with Guru Ryuben Mahasangwa of Manipur. He is a renowned folk musician and singer from Manipur who has received many awards at the national level. He has been conferred with the Padma Shri this year. The interview is by our Imphal correspondent, J.J. Thokchom.
Well, listeners, in today's Northeast Diary, we are bringing you a renowned folk musician and singer from Manipur. Guru Ruben Pasangba of Manipur is known to other parts of the country for his folk and modern fusion music. He revived the musical tradition of Tangkhul Naga of Manipur, and recognizing his contribution to the music, the 60-years-old musician has been conferred Padma Shri Award this year. Congratulations and welcome to our episode, sir.
Thank you.
First of all, we would like to know brief about yourself and when did you started having interest in folk music, and moreover any difficulties you faced in your career that you would like to share with our listener.
Thank you so much. My name is Guru Ruben Mashangwa. I'm a Tangkhul tribe, Ukrul, Manipur state. Yes, I'm a carpenter son. My father is carpenter, so I also do carpenters. I stay in village and living with my family, and I work together with my father in his workplace. So slowly my life is just like that. See, we are farmer. My family is farmer. But in my village, when I was young, the village old men, they sing folk song, and every festival they sing folk song. But in our life, when I was young, we accept a new religion, that is Christian. So every Sunday they sing in church music, Sunday school songs, you know. So my life is just, I really interested in the music, but there is no teacher, nothing, but I just follow the elders, they are really doing in the music, in the art things. And my father also, he's a trumpet, he liked to play a trumpet, bamboo trumpet.
Yes.
So he play. I don't know how to play, but I just listen. Every time I listen, so I start to learn to this music in the field. But many times I face very difficult way to start this kind of things. So this is my life.
So sir, we all know that you are well known for the folk and modern fusion music and song. What are the difference between these two types of music? Folk music and modern music.
Folk music is a folk. So village people, see, they are working in the paddy field, they are working at home, and any work, they work together, and this is folk music. For example, at the paddy field, if we are not come out a sound from your mouth regarding the rhythms, so this kind of, they are always along with the work, folk music.
Okay, sir, can you elaborate by singing something?
Okay, no problem. You know, see, for example, if you are working in the paddy field for digging the clay, so it gives energy during your working time. So the whole day you can work, and if you are working 3-4 people, some are weak, some are strong. So they are rhythmic and they are working together, and see, they are fun also, and then give energy also. So this is folk music, folk song. And modern is different thing. Modern is, you know, those who are the creative composer, whatever writers, they write some songs, they write some lyrics, and they put the melodies according to the connecting to the modern instruments, for example, guitar or piano or holo, whatever. So this is folk and modern is different.
Okay, sir, for our listener, we would like to request you to sing a song.
Okay, see, me and my brother composed a song. It's a folk song. This is 1987. And then we do start putting melodies. There is no music, instruments, but only mouth. Because our forefather, they use some instruments, but not very fondly. This kind of songs we have to compose. And after that, I put the guitar, I create the guitar, the things is happening. Okay, anyway, I'll sing that song. One body say, na me na one liao mi ke, one liao mi ke, ki one lo ke bai a one ne, one liao mi ke, ki one lo ke bai a one ne. You in long now, run low, lum low se, oh, chẳng con pin lava, ai sho, run low, pay check sa u se, oh, chẳng con pin lava, na giấc mai, con nhau nào tha na ye, oh, chẳng con pin lava, oh, cơ phung pin lava, na purple, Sam Gino Taye, O Jangam Pila.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now you have been conferred with one of the highest award of India, Padma Shri. How do you feel on such recognition of your contribution to the music, and what are your future plans in regard to the music?
Yes, I feel happy when I heard this announcement on 25th night or 26th January. Why not? I'm happy. Not only me, even my family and my friends and my community and the whole Northeast people, and then all my fans. Yes, I'm happy. But in one way, I'm not happy because, see, now I got a Padma Shri award. So after Padma Shri, see, it's too big. And people think, oh, Guru Ruben, now he got the Padma Shri. So after this, what is the next?
Yes.
I survived my life to perform, play music, perform, visiting here, so that then I get small amount rupees. That money I survived my life. But now I got the Padma Shri. Then who will invite to me? Because I'm busy. I'm too big Padma Shri award. So that's why sometimes I feel sad. If people are not inviting to me because I'm too big, it's Padma Shri. It's problem for me. So I don't know what will next. And see, these times I have so many places visiting for facilitation. See, they give muffler, no cash price. So I waste my time, I spend my money, so I don't know. This is in one way sad things. If people invite me and if they give me some cash amount so that I can survive my life. So which I have little saved money for buying my instrument. That money also gone now because I have going, visiting so many places for felicitation programs.
Sir, we hope that in future you will, get whatever you want, and our team also wish you a very bright future. Sir, you are one of the pioneers for reviving the Trangkhul tradition and folk music. Do you think that such kind of music, that folk music, need to be revived, or it has to be kept alive?
This is very much needed, urgent needed, because our music, our traditional folk song is lost, extinct day by day. So the youngsters, they don't understand, the youngsters, they don't interest, so the old folk stuff is going underground day to day. That's why we need to preserve, we need to save, and we need to teach. We need to tell the youngsters, the coming youngsters, so that our culture, anything, the valuable things will be saved, very needed.
Lastly, any message you would like to share to your young listener through Northeast Dairy?
Yes, I wish and I request to all my fans and the listeners, please listen our music and then suggestions. I really needed your suggestions, and when you're listening, please give advice. What the artists going to do. Sometimes we are limited. So please give us suggestions and advice to my work so that my things, the way my work may be better, I can make a better things.
Thank you, sir. You have come to All India Radio for our special Personality of Week interview for the episode of Northeast Dairy. We also wish you may become one of the preachers for the folk and modern fusion music in this, not only in Manipur but in entire country. Thank you for visiting us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, listener, in today's Northeast Dairy, we have heard Guru Ruben Masangba of Manipur, and he is a well-known folk and modern fusion musician from Manipur, and he recently got the Padma Shri award given by the government of India.
मास्क नहीं तो
In our heritage section today, we will know about the Mizo traditional costume, which is extremely popular, gorgeous looking and sustainable apparel. This Mizo costume is a traditional attire and has not been lost by the wave of modern fashion because the Mizo people regard this apparel as the most important heritage symbol of their community. To know more about the details of this heritage costume of the Mizo people, we will go to Aizawl correspondent Irene.
The artistic and colorful display of beautiful hand-woven clothes of Mizo people such as Puan, Puante, Korte certainly flow from the natural wealth and serene landscape of this hill state. Of these attires, Korte is extremely popular with the Mizo girls and ladies. Because of its striking colors, it is worn by them in combination with waistcloth Puante. Earlier it was worn during the harvest festival, Jhum festival and wedding. An official of the State Cultural Department, Vanal Huma Singson, said that the present design of Korte originated around 16th century. The Mizo women of the medieval age invented the attire by using natural indigo dyes and red color, extracted from the scented zel or tamanu or kamani trees grown in the forest. In fact, Mizo women have been carrying on this legacy of hand weaving and creation of their own attire for the last 600 years. However, giving to a little bit of value addition and evolution of this attire. Korte is basically a white short shirt of waist length with a full sleeve and round neck. It is woven in red, green, yellow and indigo colors. Talking to AIR News, Mr. Singson gave further details.
Korte is a short shirt of waist length with full sleeve and round neck. It is embroidered with plain black strip at the collar, top of sleeve and at the waist. A band of tapestry runs vertically at the front and around the arms at the sleeves. These tapestry of various colors are adorned with traditional motifs called harzai and fanghamu. The word Korte can be simply said as embroidered cloth worn by Mizo ladies. However, Korte was first worn by men in ancient days, and it was an attire of a man. Nowadays, it eventually became a traditional dress for Mizo women. Korte were worn in ancient days during festivals such as Chatsarkut, Polkut, and other traditional events such as Huang Choi, Chongchen, and weddings. However, in the course of time, when the Mizo have contact with other cultures, they had various colors which they beautifully incorporated into Korte.
In earlier days, a very strong yarn called lapang was used to weave Korte. Nowadays, it is woven with natural and man-made fibers. Nowadays, Korte is worn by Mizo women during cultural programs, festivals, and while performing dances in any social and cultural events. For Northeast Diary, this is Irene from Aizawl.
Three steps to stay protected and stay safe from COVID-19. Wear face mask, 2 gaz ki duri to maintain social distancing, maintain hand and face hygiene.
And now, here are some interesting facts about the Northeast. Did you know that Arunachal Pradesh is known as the land of the rising sun because this state witnesses the first ray of sun in India? And Assam is the only region in the world which produces Muga silk. With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye.